people should not panic. Calm down, help one another, and not become selfish in the face of crisis. My name's Connor Reed. I'm in Wuhan, China, and I'm one of the first Brits to contract coronavirus. So it was the end of November that I first became sick, and during this stage, the first symptoms were just a common cold. And the problem with the common cold is you don't think it's serious. During that time, cough, snivels, sort of pain behind the eyes, sinuses. And that's a stage where it's most risky because you can inadvertently spread it to other people. It was at that stage that I really didn't know what it was, and nobody else knew what it was. It was something that really wasn't heard of at that time. The first symptoms are definitely mild. You're definitely not going to be going to work during that stage, but you're not going to die. It's the second and third stages that are more serious. The problem with the coronavirus is you get better before you get worse. So I got better from the cold, thinking I was getting better, and that's when it hit me and got worse. So from the common cold, I got hit with the flu. Now, people say, oh, just the flu. This was bad flu. Obviously man flu, you'd think, but it was bad. There was times where I really wasn't feeling good. So the flu stage, I was in bed, I was watching movies, just feeling bad about myself. From the flu, I had massive ear problems and also throat problems. I was coughing so much that my voice died and I sounded like a frog. Now this stage where I had the flu, it really felt like I'd been hit with a truck. It was difficult to move, difficult to do anything. Not only physical symptoms, but mental symptoms. It was a case of I just didn't want to do anything. It was debilitating. The virus comes, it gets better before it gets worse. You have the cold, it gets better, you get the flu, it gets better, then it progresses to the pneumonia. And this is where it was the most scariest. This is because I'd never experienced this before. It felt like you were breathing through one lung, through a paper bag. You get up to go to the bathroom and you're out of breath and you just can't get that full breath. I didn't feel like I was going to die, but it really was not well at all. Now the problem I had was that there was no testing kits available. It did take a while for anybody to develop a testing kit, and so I wasn't tested for a long time. My samples were not tested until later on when those testing kits did come available. This is the last bit of Coke I have, and I'm not actually sure when I can get more. Things like that are a luxury. It certainly makes you take for granted what you have access to every day.
Businesses that were once busy and now have been shut for more than 40 days. Each one of them all locked up, and the people that own them are probably stuck in their apartments like everybody else.
No private individual is allowed to go shopping. Everything's done on a community scale. Specific items like Coke, shaving cream, razors, it's impossible to get. I can't get anything like that. I can't get them delivered, the shops are closed. Things that I can get is like vegetables, carrots, potatoes, onions. Meat-wise, it's done in bulk, so I've been getting big pieces of pork belly, bags of dumplings. We can't buy chicken legs, can't buy chicken breast, it's the whole thing. And that will get delivered to our gate. Now, we're not allowed to actually leave the gate from there. They'll call out your number, you go up, and they'll pass you the food on a stick, a long stick, so they don't actually have to go close to you. So you get your food and then you go back. back to isolation.
This is how the shops work now. The shop owners individually bag your items and then they pack it up for you to deliver.
If you do have to actually leave the community, you have to have your ID card and you have to be scanned out and then scanned back in. And when you get scanned in, again, they take your temperature, they'll disinfect your hands and that sort of thing. And depending, obviously, they would want to disinfect your clothes, but there really isn't enough resources to do that here. So in regards to exactly the lockdown procedures, we got told almost 3 a.m. that there was going to be a lockdown. I got the message on my phone. Within half an hour, I left the house and went to the 24-hour supermarket that's just below our apartment block. And I bought supplies from there. Luckily I did, because the next day it was packed. It was pandemonium. There was people everywhere trying to buy things. And that's probably one of the problems, is people panic, and people should not panic. People in the UK need to not panic. They need to calm down, help one another, and not become selfish in the face of crisis.